Now, I talk about Amazon. I'm sure everybody now knows about him. Well, millions of people are jealous of him. It's right. I think people will be jealous. We must say, hey, how I wish I could be like him, or how I wish I had 1% of his thinking. But it's not too late. It's not too late, right? Because he has proven it that books can be sold online. And no matter whether you want to go on his franchise or on our franchise or anybody's franchise, it doesn't matter. There's always a community that you will be servicing. And remember, knowledge is not about language. Knowledge is all about the author's passion to write, yeah, in whatever language that you want to write. Now, so if those who are feeling that, they feel beaten before, don't worry. The digital world now is opening another door for you. If you feel COVID has lost your business, so is everyone else. Okay? Now, if you look at the SME report, Ministry of Entrepreneur report, last year alone, SME lost 40 billion ringgit. It's not small money. Yeah, all in all. Yeah, that is 2020. You're talking about 2021. There'll be more, what they call data to indicate how much revenue we lost. But it doesn't mean we're going to lose forever. We got to do transformation. So your physical premises, your physical asset now has got to go digital. Right? That's why you see e-commerce is moving, you see a lot of delivery going out there because people are purchasing through digital way. So reading is like that. So now if you're going to be a content writer, it doesn't mean that you only going to tell something real only. Tell something that is not real, something stupid. It doesn't matter. If it's a joke, it doesn't matter. If it's just a good morning wishes that you want to start writing, there's so many good morning wishes that we receive. But it's so very interesting with the colors, with the description, with the words, and you can be maybe very artistic. So you want to express that good morning wishes into something else. Doesn't matter. That's your creativity. So do not stop and do not let everyone else poison your mind. To say, oh, ini pun nak tulis ke? Oh, this one no good lah, what? Do not let anyone be the judge to your book. You should know better why you want to write a book. All right, so we are talking about not printed copies. We are talking about digital copies. So when it's digital copies, there is no such thing as out of stock. Tak ada kata buku out of stock, tak ada. Once upon a time, I wanted to buy one book. It so happened to be a bestseller book called Ayat-Ayat Cinta. My niece came to my house and she said, Auntie, you need to read this book. Very interesting, very, very religious book. I said, religious? The word doesn't sound religious. Said, no, it's a very religious book, but it's written in a story. So I went to find the book. I went to 3 bookstores, all sold out. So I have to find the real owner that can tell me where I can get the book. But finally, I got the book. But the fact that the book is physical and it's got limitation. Digital has no limitation. So in other words, it will not go run out of stock. So you as author will not have this problem, nak kena reprint balik, kena tunggu reprint balik, kena tunggu investment balik. No need. Okay? Now, for those who start to feel that, hey, if I want to become an e-book store owner and I want to write only my books, don't stop yourself. There's nothing to stop yourself. If you say, I only want to sell writing on my own books, there's nothing to stop you. If you're going to write about landscape, you're going to write about history, about whatever, politics, doesn't matter. It's your e-book store. And you become popular by your own what I call content, right? Now, when we talk about dunia dan akhirat, means now and the day after. For those who probably don't believe the day after, it doesn't matter. But for those who are believers, we know what we left behind is going to be a legend. What we left behind is going to be something that the people, the next generation may find it beneficial. So there you go, you have double reward. You have your, your religious rewards, and you also have got your financial reward, which you can transfer it back as a CSR to your family, to your friends, to your NGO. It doesn't matter. Because why? There's people like Jeff, like Microsoft, like many other rich people, they give it to the wakaf, they give it to the CSR, they give it to the charity. Why? Because they know there is still a lot of money to be made even though they are no longer around. So that is why you must believe that if you're going to be a writer of your own book, you have to understand whatever that you leave behind, you still can pass it over to the next generation. So do not think only when you are going to be within your own space here. So when we talk about the e-system, we're talking about the franchise system. A system has got everything what you want. Normally what you want is an assistant. You want to know how many books sold. You want to know what book is being sold the most. You want to know what book is a bestseller that is selling. Because in the franchise system, if you have 1,000 franchise outlet, every outlet will have someone buying books. So that's why every minute or every less than a minute, I will always get an alert. Ding, 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 ding. Initially, when I joined, I was thinking, what's this sound? Why it's not stopping? Then suddenly I realized that people are buying books. That's what became me so convinced that there are millions of people out there are looking for books, and it is not expensive books. You're talking about $2, it's about RM8. And if you are giving books to many, many different type of people, this can be given as a gift, or you can give it as a donation, as a sedekah. You want to say you want to buy, you want to get this. Let's say someone else is going to write about oil and gas, and there you go. Many, many students do not know about oil and gas, and you want to give them a sedekah. By all means, it becomes part of your rewards, right? So all these things become trendy because you want our community to read. Kita kata community kita ni tak berhenti membaca, tak mahu membaca, but now when they are in digital content, they will read because it's simple, it's not wordy, it's not difficult like the way we do before, right? But here it is all password protected, so you don't have to worry about your PDF being lost or your PDF being stolen by someone else. It doesn't matter. It is all encrypted with code from where the buyer has already encrypted it, right? So, I mean, the fact that many people are now joining online to be a writer, it's good because this is a job opportunity. Even though you are pensioners, whether you have a single mom, it doesn't matter because all your ebooks can come into your desktop and can come into your phone and can come into your iPad, all right? So every reader will have its own preference, whether they want to read through the desktop or they want to read through the phone or through the iPad. So again, the system will push it for those buyers who wants to buy a book, right? So again, this is the expression or the image. Now, anybody says, hey, am I getting a hard copy book? No, you're not getting a hard copy book. You're getting a PDF. But for the sake of the graphic in the website, they will put it as if it looks like a book. But when you receive it, you will receive a document which is a PDF content with password encrypted, which you are the only one who knows what's the password. Okay? So if you pass around the password with that PDF, that's where you are already violating the the content of the author, right? So as I said, it can be in Malay, it can be in English, doesn't matter. All right? Now, what does it take for you to earn income? Now, this is where, if you are going to be an author and you are also an entrepreneur, you want to make money also by selling other people's books, that's where you become eBookstore. So eBookstore owner who owns their own books, you can get more than just 40% because you are owner and you are author. All right, then you get 80%. All right, for those who are already writing and they don't want to manage an ebook store because it takes a different strategy to manage an ebook store. You have to have your marketing, you have to have your affiliate, you have to have people who understand what are the books and experience on selling books. They need to have that, right? So you need to have that element of spreading those words. So here you are. This is a very simple mathematics. It's not LMM, all right? Some people who hear MLM is like, oh, taboo, not left and right, left, right. No, there's no hierarchy. Yeah, there's no hierarchy in the sense that, oh, you have to bring in people from that nature. So let's say A, who happened to be a ebook store owner, and C happened to be the author. So C, whenever there's a book sold, he or she will get 40%. A, who is the seller, an ebook store owner, because he's selling the books and he's probably doing a lot of marketing of your books, he's selling the, he will get 40%, he or she, because he's already buying the license of the ebook store. That's why as ebook store owner, it's not a free ebook store. They have to pay license, which is at the present moment, the price is 2,500 per year. Okay. Now, for the referrals, this is where you want to be associated with the ebook store owner because you want to get some side income. You saw a few books which, hey, very good, lah, this book is travel log. Very good, lah, I can show to a few of my friends who want to go traveling to China or wherever because they love this kind of knowledge. There you go. You can get a referral fee of 10%, right? Now, for those who are SUSNET owners or SUSNET members, yeah, SUSNET members and they're owners of their own author, they are writers of their own book. SUSNET, being an ebook store owner for this year, we give you extra 20%. Means for SUSNET members and is an author, they get 60%. So this is an incentive for us to make sure that SUSNET members do a lot of writing and they can benefit a lot for being a member and also for being an author. That's our incentive. But if you are an introducer of an author, so you introduce an author to us because you believe you have a lot of friends and a lot of friends are probably not doing anything, frustrating, stressed, you ask them to write and you introduce to us to be part of the affiliate system, that's where you get 5%. So all in all, everybody will have a piece of the cake. The balance 5% goes back to the franchise company. So the franchise company only take 5%. Okay. So this is another description about Ali, who is an author and also an ebook store owner. So Ali will get 80% maximum, or if he's also selling his own books, he's heavily selling, he can get up to 90% because he's selling his own books. So there again, it's all about your interest, all right? So for those who are partners to the ebook store, to the Ali, and you want to, introduce more and more authors, we are more than welcome because you will get 5% as being an introducer. Remember, this is not something short term. There's a lot of books, they are very seasonal. Seasonal means there are some books, they may sell outside then for some reason or the other, something that needs to be read and people need to search for that kind of information. Your book may be timely for that, and therefore you will get a lot of sales coming in. So not to worry, do not think like books are only like the moment you do an ebook that it's going to be hot selling. You have to understand what is it that you are selling that is reaching out to the community. Right? So it's all about the reaching out. So here is an example of someone who got a bestseller status. You know why? Because he's hitting the SPM takers. Now, for those who knows a little bit of numbers, how many are per year taking SPM? On average, I was told 450,000, which is 500,000 a range of $500,000. Now, if let's say out of the effort of our affiliates and many others, they sold 10% out of this for 450,000. 45 for 10% is 45K. That means 45,000 parents are probably buying this for their children. Now, if this book is at $2.5, which is equivalent to 10 ringgit, as an author, she will get 40%, which is 4 ringgit. Now, what will be her income? So 4 ringgit times 45,000 equals to 180,000. And this is a yearly book because it's SPM. Next year, there'll be another SPM. Next following year, there'll be another SPM. So can you imagine this woman, she will get to buy how many houses? I believe more than 10 houses in 10 years or maybe in 5 years, because she can get lots of income because the target group is very, very relevant for our Malaysian community. So here you go. When you want to write content, not just because you're passionate, but you have to also understand the economics of the books. The books must sell well to the community. So write something which is simple, target to a community which are hungry for the knowledge. So for those who want to attend our training and want to be assisted on how to write ebooks, on what are the numbers to write, how to do it, not sure, need a lot of coaching, I got a lot of content, but I have no time to readjust, I have no time to do the front page. This is where we assist, all right? We assist, but you have to understand, the element of strategy in writing a book is not the same as writing a trading program. It has to be sensitized, yeah? Sensitized means you have to have emotions in your writing of the book. If it's too technical, it's like flipping and flipping and flipping. But if you have some element of what I call senses to make people attached to your book, people will start to introduce your book to others. So you have to understand how you sensitize your book, right? Now, for those who want to become author, as I said, when we give you the training, we will assist you not only just about what it takes, all the details, the formatting, how many pages, recommended pages. We have all my team on standby every day, right? And we are increasing the number for people to review books, right? So if you have got so much of time, just now as mentioned to you, there's so many hard copy books. I have been buying a lot of hard copy books in the past, but I have no time to convert into digital. So this is where if you have staff and you have friends, you have relatives, convert it. And these are some of the things that you need to have in the ebook. As I said, these are words that we will assist when and when you become part of the training. Now, for those who want to start your own ebook store, I mentioned, it is not physical bookstore, all right? It is not where you have to find a web designer, you have to find a website, or you have to, have someone really technical. No need. You only need someone to know what is it to promote your ebook based on the books that is given to you. Remember, this franchise already has 1,500 books. 1,500 books for you to be a franchise owner. If you sell 10% of these franchise books, means 10% of 1,500, yeah, it's probably 150 books. If you sell 150 books of the authors and you earn at least 10% of the selling of the book, I'm sure you know how to calculate the numbers, all right? It's enough for you to earn as a job rather than you looking for a job and trying to find a job. It is already income generating. That's why eBookstore is an income builder, but you need to understand what you need to focus, right? That's where we will assist anyone who wants to become an eBookstore owner to help them even to design their own bookstore, what name they want to use and how they want to strategize. All these things very important because it is their new journey. Why we call the new journey is because the big why is very important. There's so many hard copy books out there, and this is going to go obsolete. And more so, more so, a lot of houses are getting smaller, all right? And people doesn't have cupboards for books anymore. So all these books is going to be thrown away. It's a waste. And these are books which are very expensive because writers in those days, they charge differently, right? And publisher charge differently because of content. So to me, right now, this is really a revolution of how ebooks are coming into the digital world. And I don't want, Malaysia being rich in education, being rich in qualification, rich in certification, compliances, but we never have our book written, even though we are a trainer. So that would be a big waste. So that's why I'm calling all trainers, regardless whether you're halal trainers, you're entrepreneur trainers, whatever, write your own book and do not worry about what other people say, because your content definitely is different from others. The graphics, the pagination and all that. So the feel and look, definitely. The emotions added in, definitely. So what it takes for you to have an ebook is very simple. You're going to get 6 types of income. You can do training, you can do webinar, you can do tutorial, whatever. You can do graphic designing and help people. It doesn't matter. But what is also more important, you're going to be part of a book club, right? Before we open you to be into the bigger book club, there's always a training that you need to do so that you can feel comfortable regarding eBookstore, because a lot of people needs to be trained. And training sometimes does not need to come into a class like this. Sometimes training is done through WhatsApp, training is done through Facebook, training is done through Telegram, right? So how the digital world is helping people to train is all through the format of the social media, right? Not necessarily it has to go through a webinar or through a Zoom meeting. It comes in different format. Okay, so again, now for those people who are ambitious in the sense, look, I have a few extra money, I want to make my ebook store to be also present in other countries. So I can find my local partner over there and we can go on a joint venture and start to promote the books with my local partner, where my local partner will bring the local content and my local partner will sell the Malaysian content. So there is a strategy. So believe me, do not wait. There's no need for you to go through matrate for this. There's no need for you to get a grant for this, because this is all about your networking and your partnership, because it is that easy. All right? So you have friends and you have people who are businesses, you know that they have money and they are interested in this kind of very simple business model, yet it's money making. Introduce to them. All right? So when we talk about the digital highway, this is important. Why? In those days, when people talk about website, it's a small space. You can't carry more than a few megabytes. But now, people are putting things on clouds. People are putting things on different platforms. So it is a big space and plenty of space. So if you think that there's not enough space, you are wrong. There are thousands and millions of space where digital can be parked. So your book can be part of this space, all right?